indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We got Cameron back on here. Cameron has got a little something he wants to share with us about the, I mentioned it to you guys a couple months ago about the new water meter system. So, Cameron, go ahead.
So you guys can take a look at that as well.
Yep.
Hi there. My name's Cameron. I'm with Metron out of Boulder, Colorado. I had actually give Joe a call a couple months ago. I don't know where to state. I had given Joe a call a couple months ago just to come by just to see what your guys' meter system looked like. So we sat down for about 20 minutes and I just kind of went over our software, our meters, and kind of what we do. So Metron has been around for 30 plus years. What we do is we have cellular water meters, so very, very similar to what Badger does. The difference between our meters and anyone else in the market is we provide 1 minute data. So you get 1,440 reads per day that's sent directly to WaterScope, which is what this is. And this was the platform and software I wanted to show Joe. I wish I was able to throw it up on there, but I did not come as prepared as I wish I did. Some of the customers that we currently service here in Indiana are Campbellsburg, Scottsburg, City of Bristol. I'm also talking with, obviously, you guys. I chatted with Reelsville Water last week, and as well as I went up to Tipton earlier this morning. What's nice about this is this will give you a leak determination, so it will tell you all your previous reads from the day before, because our register kicks on at midnight and gives you every read from midnight to 11:59 p.m. What's really nice about that is this will actually help with increasing with customer service. So if you ever have somebody call, say, hey, we have an issue with our meter or with our water bill, it's too high, you're able to give this software to your consumers so they can actually see where that actually occurred. So what's nice about that is everyone here, I'm assuming, has snowbirds. So you'll travel down to Florida because they don't want to be for winter months. Sometimes that basement toilet gets flushed and that flat valve gets stuck. And then it just continues to run, right? This will give you an alert down to the exact minute of when that actually happens. And like I said, what's nice about that is battery life on here is 23 years. We have a warranty on it for 20. It's prorated after 10 years. And it goes through Verizon, AT&T, and then if you guys have any trouble spots for cellular service, we have easy fixes for that as well. Now, on the meter itself, which comes with our register, that's nice, but if you guys also just wanted the WaterScope data, we can retrofit 95% of our registers onto anyone you guys are using now. I think you mentioned is it Census or Neptune? Neptune. The other thing too, the old CEO of Census is actually on our board because when he left Census, he firmly believed that we are eventually going to be the top of the market, and I think that speaks volumes for just who we are. So that's what I got for you. Any questions I can maybe answer?
No, and when you're talking about this register right here comes off.
Yep.
It comes off the meter register.
They can go ahead and almost send any of your voice. Yep. And what's nice too is not only do you get the meter or register, you get 10 years of Verizon or AT&T service plan that goes on top of that, so that you're not paying Verizon or AT&T separately. And that's another reason we're really good is we try to deal with them, so it doesn't make your guys' bill overly expensive.
And the software, it doesn't come with any cost, it comes with it.
Everything comes with the price of the meter. Yep. We're not going to charge you guys a service fee annually. We are not going to say, oh, by the way, you have to pay X amount. It is, here's the meter, here's the register, that's what the cost is. And what's nice too is once they're in the ground, it's installed today, read tomorrow. So if we were to put this on any of your guys' houses, we would get a read, right? If everything got installed right now at 6, we'd have reads from 6 p.m. to midnight, and then it just continues.
So, would I be able to look at that, is there any apps or future apps?
Yep, so we actually are working on our WaterScope utility app too. We have the number 1 that just came out right now, but you can actually have that as well. So if Joe's out looking at it, he can have all that access right on his phone. And same thing for the consumer as well.
I'd love to ask a question.
Sure.
So, we're looking at a lot of houses throughout the community with meters. In 10 years, that'd be one hell of an excessive bill on cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there there a way to transfer this over to something better? Is there a better deal with Verizon or AT&T where this is not, where we're paying $60 per meter? That is ridiculous.
Oh, that's outrageous, absolutely, yeah, you would go back through us, have it re-up through us, because then we can get that plan back on once you date your 10 years in one day.
So in 10 years, we're hoping you guys are still gonna be running this deal where we can keep getting.
Yep.
So, will those meters freeze?
They can, as anything can, once you get below 32 degrees, we do have meter jackets as well. But the other thing with the water scope is it actually tells you the temperature of the meter in and of itself. So if you feel like you're gonna have one that's gonna freeze, you're gonna be in trouble, you can actually get ahead of the game by looking on a water scope and then taking action that way.
So you can't replace the bottom meter or
You can't replace the bottom of the meters up trust.
Neptune, you can flip them over and pick 4 volts out and pull the cap off of it and put it on.
Yeah, with this, if you have meter freeze, send it back to us, so we under warranty still.
So we're sending it back to Boulder, Colorado, and you're looking at 4 to 6 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks as of right now. If it's anything like that, I'm out here every 2 weeks traveling the entire state of Indiana. I dropped off 20 pit mount antennas to Connersville this morning. So I don't mind hand delivering it if I absolutely need to. If I can put it in my check bag, I'll bring it to you. But yes, 3 to 4 weeks most of the time.
Do you recommend that a certain number be stocked for replacements?
So that's really up to you guys and how you guys want to do that. I would always recommend having a couple extra on hand just in case, because it's better to have it and need it than need it and not have it.
When we got units that are not being used, can the cell services be put on hold or not being charged for?
See, the problem with holding meters in a box is the meter, if it's 2025, the meter that you used to 2028.
Yep.
That meter's 2 years old, so you've already lost 3 years of your warranty. So you don't really want to hold a bunch of meters on one stock.
Yeah, I would say 20, maybe a box or 2 maximum. Like, and if you're having that many go out, we wouldn't be in business. Any other questions I can answer for you guys?
Do we have a number of communities that we could reach out to and ask how it's performing? Do you have these installed?
Yeah, absolutely.
And for how many years now?
I believe that a couple of us, Patoka Lake has been on board with us since 2021. I'd have to go back through and look. I think a couple of my customers have been with us since 2019. And I'll be very honest with you, I started with the company just in April of this year. But my dad works in waterworks for Core Maine, so my joke is like I've been around the water business since I was 6. So.
Yeah. I mean, hearing how they're performing in installation, we've been there several years would.
Yeah, I can get references through Patoka Lake, Campbellsburg, Scottsburg, Gibson Water, Pat Gibson, Water Authority, Bristol as well. And then obviously Connersville right now, they're doing a pilot with us, so they just got ready to 10 meters in the ground this week. And then I'm gonna follow up in 30, 60, 90 days just to see how the meters are performing and what they wanna do from there.
Do you have a demo program where we can test out a few units?
Potentially, yeah. So what I was telling Joe is look at doing a pilot program. So 10 meters or a box is 20, and we'll do a year of cell service on those, so you guys can try them out. And what I do is I knock the cost down from our normal $395. I quoted Joe $380 on them, but if you guys wanted to try the pilot out, I could do $300 for it with a year of service, and then again, same thing and follow up from there. That's what Connersville is doing right now.
Alright.
Any additional questions? Awesome. Well, I just really appreciate you guys' time, and thanks for letting me present.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, status of new town hall. Well, they started today.
Did they?
Yeah, they started doing concrete work today. And, let's see, there was a couple things on there. The additional paving. I think it'd probably be a good time if we're gonna do that, to add it in before we get too much further, you know, they want to do the paving, then we want to do it, so it costs us more to come by.
But are you talking about that being a part of this contract or just a separate contract?
It's gonna be a separate,
At the same time?
yeah, not at the same time. price was quoted was $17,200 for that, or $17,400.
It's in the minutes.
And,
I guess it is in the minutes.
yes, you guys want to consider that?
17,400.
Yeah, 17,400, yeah. It'd be a good time probably to do that. And I noticed the exterior painting didn't get included in as well. And I think, we okayed the painting for $15,000, it'd be an extra to the contract. Because it wasn't part of that original bid, and it wasn't actually part of the scope of work on the plans. The windows, we done took care of that, that's in the contract.
Well, but you would make the painting a part of the contract with Rose.
Yes,
The paving, you just have a paving contractor do that separate.
well, I got a price through Rose for that, extra, I thought, okay, to get the contractor and see what it would cost us extra for that.
Okay.
So, I guess, the council, do we need to reapprove the $15,000 for the painting?
But I think you need to authorize it.
And authorize the exchange order?
Yeah.
Okay, so, is that what you guys like to do? Authorize a change order for the $15,000 for the painting?
And authorize you to go ahead and sign it.
Yep, authorize me to sign that. And, also, how about the paving? You guys want to do the paving now?
I think we should, just because, snow removal, easy access into the back of the building. That's my thoughts.
I think we should do it too.
While we're doing it, we probably should do it, or it probably will not get done.
Probably won't. So, does anybody want to make a motion to approve the painting, or the paving for $17,400?
Motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Are you combine those? So you're approving the painting of 15,000 and painting of 17,400.
Right.
And authorizing a change order for both,
For both.
and authorizing you to go ahead and sign it.
Yes, is that what it
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's see, what else is the town? We had a payment application for mobilization here. And it's in the amount, this would be probably cover the materials and the startup cost of the job. It's gonna be $16,301.10. And we'll be paying for that out of our portion of Morgantown Hall. I think we decided up to $90,000. So we'll be paying for that initially from that. So I need the council to make a motion to approve.
And that is the signature of the architect down there?
Yes, it is. And
I don't know who that is, but,
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's the Miller, March Miller?
yeah.
Okay.
Now, do we gotta run all these pay applications through the architect? Lee, is that part of that?
Well, I think that's part of what they're doing for us, yeah.
Okay.
And it always feels good to know that they reviewed it.
Now, do we gotta run change orders to get it?
Well, I would ask them to just because they'll keep using the AI forms.
Okay,
And they did the first one for us, so.
okay. That sounds good. I didn't know.
Because by doing this, we have a way of keeping the running total and the adjusted contract sum, and
Right,
it is a way to kind of keep the contract in order.
in order.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't for sure about that, so. All right, anybody want to make a motion to approve this payment application? You both second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Then behind that, we got, a tree service job, Maryland's tree service. We already okayed this in the last meeting. This is just his, invoice for the payment.
It's very vague, I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
It's not a very good copy, I'm sorry.
No, it's not a very good copy. It's about
It's,
$600 on there. You
yeah,
can't hardly tell, it's a little light, but that's the amount. So I need a motion to approve that.
Make a motion.
All in favor, say aye. Okay, you consider paving, Laura Elliott, we got her here. So, yes, she did. Joel, you have that, copy of that?
Yes, we don't have it in our packet. This little one here.
Oh, is it?
Like this, and then we got two. So this is what you had asked for, at the last meeting, Courtney. I can't read it, but it's there. But what I did see is that it started back in, August the 26th of 2023. So these are, a lot of these are just small amounts of time, hours, 40 minutes.
So it is itemized.
2 hours, it is itemized, she did keep it itemized. So it's not like it's just once a year, it's gonna, she continues it on until we use it all our time. And we were actually out and needed to do some work, but we had to wait for this meeting because if you're not using the contract, the hours are more expensive. And so, and I looked over these hours, we take the amount of money divided by, the amount of time she gives us. And since she's gonna carry it over, I think we should choose the more hours because it's gonna be for a lot less per hour.
Is that 90 hours?
2480 is gonna be.
Yeah, 30 hours.
And I wanted to mention too, I think that, if we didn't stay with this, we would have to scrap the whole web page and website and start over. So we obviously want to keep it going because we've already got it established. But I wanted to let everybody know though that Laura, I think she goes over and beyond. She goes out to our business locations and takes pictures. And a lot of this, I can't say a lot, but some of the stuff she doesn't even charge us for.
Well, I think last 80 hours, how long did that last us?
2 years. Yeah.
2 years. Almost a day. It's significantly. I think about it could be 80 hours myself.
Yeah. What do you think, Jeremy?
You,
If I want to make a motion to that effect,
I make a motion to do the 80 hours.
I'll say,
all in favor, say aye. All right. Let's see here. Next we got invoices from Police and Brink. Let's see what the first one we got here is. This is, for the professional services of the engineering. Final, what we got here is the bidding, overseeing the bidding, contract administration, and the project RPR. Total $4,000 on the first invoice. And one right behind that, this one is for the contract administration, $5,500. And the one in the very back, this is for the consumer report, paperwork they did for us. That should be coming out in the water bills pretty soon. So does anybody want to make a motion to approve the $4,000 invoice?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
alright,
Anybody want to make a motion for the $5,500 invoice?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. And the consumer report for $533.25.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Alright,
Okay. be the pay application from Reed Sons. It's this one. Yeah, the 14,036.25. Should be the first one. $14,775. 14. It's a total $14,036.25 is the payment, and then you got your retainage just withheld $738.75.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the $14,775.
All in favor, say aye. $14,036.25. Okay. Then we got this payment application number 2. It's for $21,405.51 minus the retainage of $1,070.29.
I'll make a motion that we approve to pay out $20,335.42.
All in favor, say aye. All right. Let's see. Of course, everybody knows David Johnson's no longer on the fire transport board, and Jeremy has agreed to take up that position. We need to officially appoint Jeremy to the fire territory board.
I'll make a motion to approve Jeremy to the fire territory board.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Donation of $500.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Chairman. We know you did a good job.
Thank you.
As usual, the council usually contributes a little bit of money to the Colonel Potter Day Committee. And we're asking once again for a $500 donation to the Colonel Potter for the promotion of the town. And that's how we'll be paying for it, because they're out of the town's promotional funds. So, anybody want to make a motion to donate $500 to the Colonel Potter Committee?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Property line survey of the new town hall. I guess we may want to get the property survey down there. I'd say it's probably March.
It is.
Greg,
With their pants.
Well, I always did a survey on a while back for Walker and Meredith.
Oh, really? Okay. We may be able to get a copy of that survey.
I think it's recorded.
Okay. It may be recorded down there at the surveyor's office. I can check on that.
Okay.
Well, let's look at that before we jump the gun on that. One thing though is I've been in contact with about David Johnson's property over there. You know, they tore up one of his markers in that project, and we all agreed to get him surveyed. I called that guy. He said he'd give me a price, and he never did. I left a message with him again, and he hasn't responded. So I'm gonna try to leave him one more message, and I said if you don't respond in a week or so, maybe we can try and find somebody else
Let's
to
go and try to find somebody.
get a price. So you guys ain't got a problem with $500?
I don't have a problem with
I
that.
need to.
Okay,
You're right with that one?
if he doesn't get back to me, yeah, we'll move on.
Okay, yeah, that's what we need to do. The old town hall, I think, are we thinking about selling that and put the proceeds towards the new town hall? Because if we are, we're probably gonna need to get some bids on some appraisals and start that process, and it probably wouldn't be too early to start that process, you know, because that takes some time. Probably have to get about 3 or 4 appraisers like we did last time, pick the 2 best, and it's gonna be the average of the 2, right? Is that how that works, Lee? We gotta put that out for sealed bids, is that the way that would work?
Yeah, I mean, you can employ an auctioneer if you decided to do that instead, but I don't know whether you gain anything that way or not. But we still have to have appraisals done. The first step in the process is to have the 2 appraisals done, and it can be, you know, an appraiser or some a licensed real estate broker, or it can be an employee of the town who's knowledgeable about the values of property. And we, you know, I think if it's something that is just property unloaded that has really insignificant value, you can kind of get away with that and save the money with the appraisal. But I think here, you probably want to be pretty precise on what its fair market value is to guide you on, you know, what is a good price for it. So, you know, we can find an appraisal that's not going to charge a whole lot. It's not a sophisticated appraisal, and I think, Joe, we don't need, I mean, I'd almost ask for like an opinion of value,
Right.
rather than a full-blown appraisal with an appraisal report. And sometimes the appraisers, if they're simply writing an opinion value, will charge a good deal less because they don't have the work in the report itself.
Before we go any further with that, I'd like to talk with Michelle over at Remax, because she actually took extra classes for that, and she probably, can't say she'll do it for free, but I said she probably would.
Well, if she do it even for less, that would be helpful. But yeah, if you know some, and I'm happy to do that too. I think if we could identify a couple and get them to kind of commit ahead of time what the cost is going to be, then those are the 2 you want to use. So,
You okay with that? If I talk to her?
I guess tonight you're just trying to figure out whether the council's ready to move
Yeah.
forward, right?
Yeah, if you guys wanna move forward with that, and, if you do, we'll pursue, get some pricing on that.
I do, I think it would open up for more businesses downtown, I'm all for that.
Okay. Well, I'll let me motion to that. I'll just, try to get those some prices. So you want to do that, you want me to?
I can, we both can, but I'll see if I can get some,
Okay.
yeah, I'll be happy to. I'll let you know what I can find out.
Okay.
And I'll talk to Michelle.
Review employment policy, comp time, tardiness, 30-minute lunch breaks mandatory. Plus, for example, the water break or something. I think, yeah, we're gonna table that. We're gonna table that to a future meeting. Lunch, let's see. Park report, Jewel.
Yeah.
What's happening at the park?
Well, right now, we're still waiting on closing out a grant with the Community Foundation. We gotta get a water fountain put in. And the trail is starting to look a little rough. I've got a meeting this week, me and Suzanne on the park board, we're gonna be meeting with, Jill. And she's going, and we're gonna call, actually, we're gonna be meeting with Jill, and we're gonna have DNR on the phone with us. We're gonna be talking about, getting started on the grant, what we can use that we've already put into the trail to maybe go against our portion of the grant. So I'll know more about that next meeting. And then this past month, the park board did not have a meeting. Their meeting is tomorrow night at the park on Grant Street at 6:30. That's all I have.
Well, we're gonna try to take care of the grant. Oh, the minutes. Have I read over the minutes?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes.
All in favor, say aye. We got the claims document.
I'll make a motion that we approve the document.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. And we got payroll dated August 11th.
I'll say.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bank reconciliation,
Make a motion.
Second it.
all in favor, say aye. Bank reconciliation, okay, the deal of August. Miscellaneous transfers. Got that, all that in here, Sharon?
I think I
Oh,
gave,
this is it here? This is it here, I did. So it's actually resolution, 2025-8.
yes,
And these were some miscellaneous transfers to bring everything to a balance. Like we transferred a little bit of money around payroll to sweat the payrolls. And a little bit in the garage motor. Budget, pretty much squaring up the books. Some of these water and wastewater, of course, is due to the budget being a little wonky. So maybe next year will be a little better. If I want to make a motion to approve 2025-8 miscellaneous transfers,
Second it.
all in favor say aye. Budget requests here. And, got this one table us till next meeting,
Budgets.
budget requests,
Oh,
okay.
well, our public hearing is next.
Sharon needs it.
You need to share it?
Our public hearing is next month. I've already entered it in Gateway.
I reviewed them.
I mean, it just, if you just wanna look at it,
Yeah.
And we can talk about that.
Just read something.
Let me see yours, because I don't have one.
Oh, I have to here.
All right.
Is that you?
Let's go with the fund. And I think when I, went to, quite a bit of trouble and tried to get this all balanced out, he's asking for a 4% increase for the full-time police officers. And, he's also asking the corresponding reductions in the department budget to help him make up for that, pay increase.
I didn't say that.
If you read down here at the bottom, he basically lays it out just the way he did it there. And the total amount required is the fund proposed 4% raise of full-time police officers is $7,196.80. The amount will be fully covered by reallocating funds for existing budgeted line items. Specifically, $3,000 will come from the eliminated the overtime budget line item, which as of today's date has not had any expenditure in 2025. And the additional $3,900 will be taken from the police equipment uniforms line in categories from which I believe have consistently returned unused funds to the general fund for each year. And that's basically where he's getting the funds.
It makes sense. I'm fine with it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody want to make a motion to approve this,
You don't need to take
no,
it.
we don't have to, okay. And, I don't know what copy we can use.
I got the play that can,
Kyle, I know Kyle filled this out. I don't plan on hiring no new bill. We got three personnel right now. Kyle didn't ask for a 3% raise, I put this down there. Kyle, was you asking for a raise for your department?
Yes.
I checked the budget, and it's well within the water rate budget and the sewer rate budget. It's only since they only make up 1% of that rate increase. Any plan on purchasing of new vehicles? There was a plan on purchasing a dump trailer. Approximately value is about $15,000. Plan on paying for that pretty much is to sell the dump truck and get it down to almost nothing. We did manage to get the dump truck fixed today, didn't we, Kyle?
Yes.
Except for the old leak.
Yes. Pretty significant.
So, you haven't listed that yet on,
No.
you just read?
Trying to get it all
Okay.
lined up for you.
So there's no other equipment, we have planned on building a new utility building up here for the last couple of years. We asked that the council maybe, look at that and the next year's budget and, try to prove that. I did get a portion of that money put into the new water rates, the water department's portion of that would be already accounted for. We would have to look at, other ways to pay for the rest of it. Maybe we could finance it. Or, and most likely that's what we have to do. Because it's not gonna be in the sewer rate study that we currently have. So. And, the mini road roller, I think the thought is there, is maybe we can do some of our own patching around here. We can get the, hot patch and put it in the trailer and take care of some of this patching that we have. We're having a trouble getting done this year.
what was that contractor we hired to come in and do patching?
Wallace and Son, they have got, you said they're gonna be here this week,
Yeah, he said he's gonna be there last week.
Friday or something, but they never showed up, so. We should be seeing them soon. And the salt budget was already done, it's $3,600 for the year. This is just a budget proposal. Anybody got any problems with this proposal?
No.
Okay. Ryan, you got anything?
Just the pictures that you guys have of the crash. I've got a couple copies of an estimate from Dave Hopwell, the body shop here in town. It ended up being what we talked about originally. But, Jared ran into a deer the other evening. And there's also some repairs on that quote that the council actually previously approved this fix, and we just never got around to it due to vehicle issues, the hole in the floorboard. There are a couple errors in this quote. He has tax on it, so that would need to be adjusted. But my first question would be, with that total, do we want to turn it in on the town's $1,000 deductible, or just pay that out of pocket? And then also, if I could go ahead and get the approval to go ahead and get this fixed with Danny, just be a little bit more convenient to keep it here in town.
Yeah, so our deductible is $1,000. and it's 1563.33.
Mine, and
Minus 528.
yeah, and then I also think it would be fair to say minus the 200 for the hole in the floor too, because that wasn't caused by the,
Okay.
it's just simpler for her to fix it all while he was here, or while it's there. It also has a door hinge issue that he forgot to put on this quote, and when we reached out to him, he said that it was his fault, and he would just take care of it free of charge, so, for not including it on the quote.
I think we should avoid turning it over to insurance and pay that. Because it's basically the same amount, more about, you know,
Yeah, I figured that, just $1,500.
Yeah. So if it's all right with you guys, he said that he would actually start it this upcoming weekend and get it fixed over the weekend for us.
Okay.
And
You want to go ahead and prove that, so that is right here, 1,500.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
All in favor, say aye. All right.
And how much is it?
You can just have
You guys good?
Yeah, we don't have any power at the effluent meter. Be close to get that fixed. So, about $5,000. That's new wire from the building up to the dock. And, I like that roof. We can run the generator.
Yeah, so what happens, our wires got cut somewhere in the ground and we don't know where it's at, and, we got no power down there.
And that comes all out of wastewater.
Yeah. Not wastewater.
Was there, do you remember if there was nothing in budget or something like that? Do you know? Just trying to keep from having to get another.
Yeah, the wastewater's in fairly good shape, I mean. You know,
We do have funds there, but we're putting back for repairs.
yeah, I mean, it is for repair, and we haven't had a whole, actually, we have had a little bit of sewer repair this year. We had Arnold Street up there, and it cost us a little bit.
Let's see what we have there.
You know, our operating funds right now are about, what is this, 99,835. So, you know, it's something we gotta do anyway. It ain't like you get a question whether you want to do it or not. You only got you. I mean, we could try to find somebody to do it cheaper, but, yeah, I mean, it's gotta be done.
I can always move money around. If there isn't enough in repair.
What's that price you got, Tom? Is it right at $5,000?
$4,955. He didn't really give me a quote, I'm sorry. He just texted it to me. So, it's very electric. He does all,
Yeah.
flow station and something like that.
So I guess we just need to get a motion to approve it.
You don't think anyone else would be cheaper?
I don't really, I mean, the wires are the most expensive part. The wires are $5 right now, so.
Sharon, where would you normally take something like that out? Which one of the funds?
Repair and maintenance contractual.
Repair contraction.
Here.
It's 1361. It should be 6201, 1361. Around that. But like I said, if there's not enough money in there, I can always move it from something else.
Or we also can, if it wasn't enough in there, because I was just like trying to keep up with this, like for budgeting for next year, if we did do something like this out of this, can we negative a balance and and leave it like that till the end of the year, and at the end of the year, we figure out where to move the money so that, so we know how to like budget that for next year.
Well, that's what those transfers are
Yeah.
that I do,
Yeah.
moving money around. And I'm trying to keep it all in the positive as much as possible. How much does it show that's in there?
See it over there, look at that same thing.
There's not much left. $581.58.
Out of contractual affairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have, so I'll have to find it, but I see that in other services and charges, we've got $11,005.12. So I could move money from there to that.
What are some, do you know right offhand, what are some of the charges we use that for, the other services?
Anything that's unusual,
Okay,
that is not normally a monthly
okay,
expense.
okay. I think this budget is a really good idea, something Morgantown's never had. I think it's good because then we can really narrow things down and see how much we're spending and everything.
In the utilities,
So
So,
I'll make a motion to approve the $4,955. Second.
I'll say.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
One more thing. You guys had a hard time with $5,000. Our perfusion pumps at the lowest state at the lagoon, 2 aerators went bad, 12 years of use. Get those rebuilt. And, $20,500.
Yeah, so I think, we're gonna be able to do one of those a quarter, so what we think is here.
yeah, I told him that I think we could do that.
Yeah,
That's just to get the ones that are down fixed,
right.
get them rebuilt.
You know, to do them all at once, it would really deplete the money, but if he tried to do one a quarter
Is that
Or at
something we
least-
can,
every 3 months.
They've got our pumps.
repaired?
Not
No,
really.
they got our pumps.
They have our pumps.
They haven't repaired yet.
Right. I didn't ask.
Well, so what we down to, 2? Is that what-
Yeah. One in cell 1 and one in cell 2.
Yeah.
It's kind of noticeably showing our sampling.
Yeah.
We're not getting the aeration that we need.
Yeah.
Not something that we thought would happen, but after 12 years and continuously running, just wait.
Yes.
My thoughts on it are, just looking at the different funds that the state lets us have, I think our bills for now for water and everything, I know we can use some infrastructure funds. I know nobody's a big fan of it. Because the water company has to stand on its own feet. People in town don't realize that water company is a totally separate business from the town. They really don't understand that.
They don't.
So.
And I understand, here they are in town and they have this one town and they think it's all together, but it's very separated.
It's a hard thing to get people to grasp.
And our infrastructure is falling apart and here we are, we don't.
And we do got some excessive sludge buildup in the pond, which is not helping anything.
Doesn't help, not at all.
Those aerators, yeah.
So,
I've talked to Lori about that. So.
okay, I was gonna ask that, because back, it wasn't Lori Jill and it was Wessler, I think, but those were crucial. They call them the bubblers or whatever those things were at the time. Were you sitting there? You weren't. Well, they had put these aerators in the lagoon, and the lagoon was pretty crucial that because of the sludge buildup that we were gonna lose that, you know, the risk being that there was going to have to be significant dredging done, and ultimately then, if the lagoons failed, we have to go to a conventional plant, which you absolutely cannot to do.
Right.
And I'm shocked to hear that even one of them's not working, because they expected to have 4, and we got a great result when we fired those things up and started moving that water around and aerating it better. And I'm surprised that the lagoon can maintain a healthy level if there's not all 4 running all the time.
Well, that's just that those levels are going down, I mean.
Why, that would be consistent with what we were told back then.
Yeah.
But I would think that getting those fixed would just almost be an emergency. And I don't claim it. I'm not trying to be a wastewater engineer. I'm sharing with you the conversation was had back 12 years ago when these things were purchased, just to give you some history on it.
And if you have aerators, and say we don't have air movement, and that water doesn't move, it's gonna turn into a septic system.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it is pretty critical to get them back up and running, and, you know.
We have 99,000 and we could do it.
And
We could pay for that 20,500. The monthly payment for the SRF is about 17,000. But we have this month's income to get built back up again.
Isn't some of this money though, like that we have, they did that last rate study, isn't some of that for, like the next time we have to do a project, we have to have a certain percentage?
And I asked Sharon, so Sharon's gonna try to get that, last wastewater study that we did. So, because it has been a couple years now, and I want to make sure I can credit revenue to what that study called for, and make sure what happened with that.
Yeah,
Well, there ought to be a replacement fund, right, as part of your sewer utility.
There is, in the rate study, I'm sure there was, but it actually, and I don't think we have set aside on the appropriation. So that would be under probably the construction portion right there. But, you know,
Well, but if it was factored into the rate,
yes, it was.
you ought to be collecting that money.
Yeah.
It ought to be building up someplace.
Yeah, it is built as and that's probably why we got a higher balance.
And if the rate consultant did it right, that these assets should be factored into
And yes,
the long-term assets that will need to be replaced.
Just
Yes,
not,
exactly.
not
And we should
that
be-
much that same.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
about
How
that.
much does the
and we
new
can
one
collect an
cost?
amount for those assets.
Right.
How
the whole
much does the
time.
new one cost, a fusion pump? I mean, this, if
We
this
probably
is a,
want to go back up to fusion pumps. There's pumps in the last 20 years instead of 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Are these things out there in the water?
Yeah.
Sounds like we should just get it done, if we have the money that we can, and just and let it replenish.
That's
for
what-
more emergencies.
That's what we need to do.
We gotta do it.
Yeah, because that's what we're waiting on in God. To give us the order so we can pay to get them back out there in the water. If I will make a motion to approve the aerators kit fix for $20,500.
I'll make a motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Right.
All right.
What about Kyle's boat?
Kyle's boat, we got a boat.
Yeah.
How that will look good, it's like, nobody wants.
I fixed it. I put Blackbird TV in, it is fine.
You sure, Carl?
For now. We
Just
just
next time, I think.
$20,000 on aerators with it.
All right.
We'll be all right for now.
Lee, you got anything?
No.
Anything else, Tom?
That's it.
You got that one?
I just want to say one thing. I wanted to let the council know that we had an issue with the sprinkling credit. And that we discovered it. We had someone come in and say that they didn't think they got it this month when they received the bill. And so looking back, at first we thought it didn't happen originally, like in June, but it did. We did have the sprinkling credit for June. It was on the June bill, but it was not on the July bill. And we don't know what happened, because that's something that you click in there and it stays until you take it off. I just wanted to let everyone know that there's like she's got it down to 113 people that have the sprinkling credit, and she has eliminated, there was 134, but she eliminated the difference because the people had moved out or whatever. And so not everybody gets the sprinkling credit, even though they may sign up for it, because it's the average of the winter months is how it is calculated in the system. And so you have to go over that average. So I just wanted to let everybody know that Becky is working on that. She has the formula on how to figure it, and she's going to have to manually figure. Now, the next bill that comes out will be fine. It's just for this July bill.
And I have a suggestion with that. The people that are getting this, they could have been on this for 10 years. They may not even use that service anymore, but yet they're still getting all these credits. This is actually it's costing us money because Becky's having to work, overtime to try to figure all this because something happened to the system, which wasn't our fault. But I think it's a good idea that it says something in there about May the 1st, that you have to be in order to get this, but then once you sign up, it's like it's a forever pass. I think they should have to come in and sign up every year by May the 1st if they're really gonna need this credit.
It seems to be a seasonal.
Yeah, it's just from May to like the end of September or something like that in our ordinance.
Yes.
It should expire in September.
I think it should.
And they would have to reapply for credit every year.
Now, and what that does in the system, so Becky, when they would come in May, they fill that out, she'd go in the system, and there's a little block where you put a number code.
Mm-hmm.
And by that number code, she's only probably gonna have a handful, probably to 100 or 100 plus people.
Yeah. There's people that have asked, well, I didn't get it, but they were signed up for it. Well, if they don't go over their average,
You don't get it.
you don't get it. And I just wanted you to be aware that has happened and we're fixing it.
Is that something I don't know if we do it tonight, we could get on the schedule for next month or whatever to look at that and maybe make that one change.
Well, we would need to amend the rate ordinance to make that change. You could certainly make the decision tonight and adopt an ordinance at the next meeting, or you could table it for discussion at the next meeting. We've got some time, because it won't really affect anybody until next year.
Yeah.
And I think, I get your point too, you sign up once and you get it forever. But I think people won't like having to do it every year. Why that will work well for the utilities is a lot of people will forget, but then they're going to be angry because they're not getting it anymore. But that is one way to limit it and make sure people are thinking and making it a point to ask for it every year, not that it gets set and it's just there. Another option, I think, would be to shorten the term of it. Does it start in June or May?
It starts in May for June's billing.
For June's billing.
It's May's.
But it's the June billing that you first get the credit, right?
Right.
I mean, I guess you could shorten the term of it, or you could cap the credit. And you could do all of those things. You could say you gotta come in May 1st of every year to get it. The credit won't exceed this amount, so that they're not getting as big a credit as they're getting now, right? And you could also set the eligibility threshold differently than it is now too. To say if you're not exceeding your bill by something greater than what it is now, then you don't get it. So there are 3 or 4 different moving parts that you could look at to get at this problem if you want to. Not just that they have to do it every year, but there are other things you can do to get at it too if you want.
I'll review it and I'll look at it, see what I think. You guys can share it or whatever and look at it. But I just kind of feel like it's just ran on and it's grown to, a large
It's a lot of money.
People.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
like 160 some people did.
One person, I think, was like $70.
And I don't mean to make this bigger than it is, but here's the other problem with the credit too, is I think they get it because, is it a water credit and sewer or just sewer?
What?
It's just
water.
it's just sewer.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yes, it is sewer.
Okay.
It's the town sewage works.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
then that point doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Yeah.
But like when she went through that, like there was a lot of people, they sold the home, moved out, somebody's in there, they're getting the credit,
Right.
you know, it just, so it's not being really kept up with, looked at.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see, appointments, we gotta get a unsafe building authority together. And, I talked to a couple people, and I've got a couple people that's agreed to do it. So, I tried to get hold of Vern just to make sure that he was willing to do it, he told me he was, so. Vern Snyder, Chad Butts, and the third person would be me. So, we really can't move forward from where we're at until we make these appointments. And we get this, hearing authority into place. So, I would make the recommendation that we appoint these three individuals to the unsafe building authority. And, as long as the council will take that.
Good.
Okay?
We forgot this crisis.
Yeah, I got that on my ship, Christ, why don't we just go ahead and do that one? Christers, and we tabled that from the last time we was here. Jane asked for a water credit. And, I reviewed the ordinance, and the ordinance is pretty clear on whether or not this particular bill would be eligible for a adjustment. The ordinance basically says it's not, and the council has the ability to do everything it is. Let's see.
Is that in our packet?
Yeah.
And basically, this is the way it is. If in order for to get a water credit, it has to be an unusually large bill. In other words, it has to be a bill.
It has to be twice.
Twice its normal bill.
Yeah.
And this is my correct bill. And it has to be visible or detectable on the customer's premises only except upon the excavation
Yes.
or some other disturbance of the property and the result of the act of the customer or any agent or contractor hired by the customer. So in other words, they had to make some form of excavation to find a leak. It can't be a leaking toilet.
That's right.
A leaking toilet, we both pay for the water treatment going in the toilet and we pay for it going down the drain of the toilet.
All of this is this.
So
All of this is this.
it's my opinion that Shane is not entitled to a adjustment on his bill.
I think this is for a water adjustment.
This is for a water and a sewer adjustment, is that correct, Joe? You got
I mean, you can adjust his sewer, but
This water on right there, wastewater on.
okay.
I think she figured it for wastewater.
And, that's right, it's not entitled to water. And the wastewater as well, we get treated, it went down the sewer. It's not like it was a leak somewhere else that just went into the yard, like a garden hose or something like that. It actually went down the sewer, and we had to treat the water to get it into the pipe.
Says that in here, yeah.
Yeah.
No. And here was kind of my take on it, is that, you know, I would not wanna pay this either. I can even see why he's upset with it, because I think it was like $300 more, you know, than what he wanted to pay. So there's 4 tenants in the whole building. And I think the water leak was downstairs I think the water leak was downstairs where they do the flower arrangements. But it leaked, so, you know, I wanted to mention this in the meeting just so that people know. So if you have 1 meter and if you have 1 meter with more than 1 person on that meter, and you get a minimum bill, which you usually get, so say you got 4 tenants, every month you pay $483. Well, before he was using 41, he was consuming 4,100 gallons. So in June, he had used double that. But see, our office is not going to be able to catch that because his bill was the same as the previous month.
Still minimum bill.
It's still a minimum bill because you get the minimum rate for each one of those tenants. So if you don't go over that total, you still get the same bill. So it did not throw up like Becky in the office. She literally goes through all these pages and every single one of these bills looking for that so she can help the people. Well, she didn't catch it, but the next month in July, so it had already been leaking in July, it used 27,500. Becky saw that, so she called. So that went up about an additional $300 cost. But, you know, the only reason I feel like the ordinance is fair, because I have tenants in it, and if my tenants left the toilet running, I don't really feel like it would be fair for the people to have to pay for that. And at the end of the day, they do, because if I'm not paying for it, everybody else is having to pay for it. That's how I feel. I may be wrong if I am. Somebody needs to correct me, but that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, in the past, this is exactly how we enforce that adjustment ordinance. This is a qualification we've been set for, and we didn't make this ordinance, but I thought the ordinance was fair. I mean,
It was back in 2009.
reasonable.
So we should
So-
make a decision.
Is everybody online with that adjustment, or does anybody think it's changing to get the adjustment? I mean, it's everything prior good.
I don't remember when I read it,
Yeah.
wasn't. Because this
Yeah.
said we can do it if it falls.
Right.
It says pursuant to the code, and it says how we can do it.
So,
Yeah.
is that where we're at? Okay. All right. I guess that's, adjustment's been denied. The Christmas tree that we kind of saw the woods last year at the new town hall, does anybody want to pursue that? I talked to David Johnson's father-in-law a little bit about it, and I told him I'd ask you guys if you want to pursue that. I'd get back with you. You know, last year we run out of time. I thought maybe if we start while it's still summer, we can get it done. But it's up to you guys.
We had some donation money come through, and, actually, we bought some stuff, but Sharon didn't actually use those funds to buy what was bought last year. So we actually have the funds available and could put it towards that if that's what we want to do, or we could use those funds just to maybe dress up the town, you know, downtown and wait on the trees till we're done getting moved in the building and look at it next year, and maybe Sharon could put a small tree in the new town hall if we get the town hall. So we've got options.
We should wait until we're moved in there.
That's kind of what I
Wait
was
till we
thinking.
get, okay. We do that.
You already know.
All right. Microphones. We had a little trouble with the last video. I'm hoping this video turns out better. These microphones don't work. We had to enhance the audio on the last video to even make it where you could hear it. So I'm hoping these microphones do better. If not, we may have to try to get us a good microphones.
I don't see why, but.
It's on there. I mean, but, yeah, and that's it. And Jeremy Abrams, we got that straightened out quickly.
Well, it's out there to have a look at, get back with me. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, we do.
Okay.
So you don't want to get the council okay to get some better microphones than these like these or?
Well, I thought we'd wait to see what the video quality was,
Okay.
and then, you know, I can try to get some, it's gonna cost us between about $275 to around $500. Of course, you can spend as much money as you want, but I thought somewhere around there, I got some pretty decent ones for $275, I think. You step up a little bit, about $350, and the next step's about $500 or so, about like that. So we'll see how this turns out, and we'll see where we're at. Anybody else got anything? Other comments?
Yeah, I'm with Brian Haggard here, he's with B3 Engineering down in Martinsville.
Okay.
And he buys some plans for her too. Just thought I'd bring him over and introduce himself. And they take care of all the, you can speak for yourself.
Yeah, you're. You're not doing any favors.
No, I'm not.
Greg worked for me one point in time, but he thought it might be good for me to come out and introduce myself to you folks. I operate a satellite office for the company in Martinsville. I live just out west of town, south of Wilbur, and we mainly run surveying out of that office, but we do have engineering as well. And our Indianapolis office is the main hub with the majority of the staff. But we're a full service firm, and if there's ever anything that we might be able to do to help you guys out, we'd love to talk with you some more. And our regional director in Indianapolis, she's actually from this area, or I think she graduated from Indian Creek and such, but when I told her I was going to come, she was okay with coming herself, had another commitment, but I'd be glad to bring her out as well. She's an environmental specialist and a professional geologist. But again, we're full service firm. We are regional. We have offices in Columbus, Ohio, Charlotte, North Carolina, based out of Woodridge, Illinois, Denver, Colorado. We have an office, and Edmonton, Alberta, even. So we're about 450 people, but for me, it has a small town feel. It's I'm a local town, a local office. But anyway, that's me in the office. If you have any questions, feel free to fire away.
And what is the name of your company?
V3 Companies. V as in Victor and the number 3.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.